Paul Browne.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to address you on the efforts that we've made looking into the directorate that I hold the portfolio for. Planning is the first one because it has been not subject to any reduction to date. The local plan has increased the work level considerably. The officers are faced with increased demands not only from the public as to involvement in the process, but also from government. Presently, the department has officers funded on a one-off historical time-limited investment. That time limit is running out. And whilst there's been a recent government agreement to increase fees by 25%, we're hoping that this will enable us to fund those existing numbers. If not, we were to lose those officers. Further pressures from volume, increased considerations, and the latest working ministerial statement from Mr. Gove stating that if matters are not dealt with within statutory time limits, which are difficult to achieve these days, then the whole of the fees will automatically be refunded. Only yesterday, Bristol planners who had failed to reach those time limits had the power to decide all applications removed from them and transferred to the inspectorate, whose costs will then again be paid by that council. A double costing whammy for them. I cannot see that there's any savings in that department that we can reasonably consider if the service is to remain functional. The other aspect of my portfolio is the investment and visitor economy. Previous savings have been undertaken, and we now have a single sustainable economy manager. We have only had him for a 6-month appointment, and we're now faced with government changes, hence demands. Our local economy plan requires transitioning as Lincolnshire, our present partner, moves to becoming a combined authority. We have to find another partner, as we are not large enough to employ our own specialists. The UK Shared Prosperity Fund is also devolving to the local authority, and this requires managerial working on it. There are additional innovations that have to be managed, and for which no additional funding cost is being made available. The new appointment we have made to develop and support these additional measures and to address the original objectives of promoting inward investment and to help develop the visitor economy, which are all essential planks of our new economic strategy, which Council has so recently approved. In addition, we have our corporate policy to develop a diverse and sustainable economy. This has to be important to Rutland and should not be subject to being cut. Lastly, I'll talk about cultural services. This week I presented a proposal to Cabinet. This is an existing major saving target of 301,000, being 42% of the previous budget. This involved major transformation for the museum, involving external partnerships to develop cultural offers, and will involve development of our council's heritage service. Should we fail to achieve the existing planned targets, this will affect our proposals for those transformations and would in effect lead to scuppering our proposals for the museum and putting its closure on the agenda. We have to plan for culture to be eventually self-funding. This will require considerable input and work, and we simply have to maintain our remaining budget. I'll ask you to just bear in mind the next 4 years are really challenging for us on all our budget fronts. We're also being told by government, by Chancellor Hunt, that we're likely to reduce their granting from 2.7 to 1.1% next year. This proposal we're now looking at for this funding will create a considerable financial burden for the next 10 years. And under an ongoing, we'll be faced with such further cuts that will make this subsidy, which is made to a private limited company, which I don't agree with.
Councillor Browne, are you about to finish?
I am, sir.
Good.
And this will make this amount that we're talking about look pretty petty.
Thank you, Councillor Browne.
Okay, I will just finish by saying we've been told that this is a political decision. Yes, it is political, and it's not all on this side.
Councillor West.